Nobody is concerned with how tough your life is. Nobody is dwelling on your struggles. Nobody is coming to rescue you. And that should ignite a fire within you. Because the moment you understand that nobody owes you anything, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting, stop making excuses, and start taking action. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who grind even when no one is watching. So the real question is, will you waste time hoping someone will care? Or will you rise up, work hard, and focus on yourself? One of the most liberating realizations you can have is understanding that nobody is truly fixated on you. This understanding allows you to prioritize yourself, invest in your personal development, and build the life you've always envisioned. Let's break this down. When I say nobody cares, I don't mean people are unkind or indifferent. What I mean is that everyone is the protagonist of their own story. They are deeply immersed in their own struggles, ambitions, goals, and daily routines. While they may care about you in passing, they're not losing sleep over your challenges or untapped potential. And that's completely fine. In fact, it's a blessing. It means you don't have to live your life trying to meet others' expectations. You have the freedom to define success on your own terms. However, with this freedom comes a major responsibility. If nobody else is going to be invested in your success, then it falls entirely on you. It's up to you to put in the effort, prioritize your growth, and push yourself forward. And that leads us to the second part of this message. Work hard and focus on yourself. These aren't just motivational phrases. They are a real practical strategy for success in any area of life. Now let's talk about hard work. It's a term that gets thrown around so much that it might feel cliche, but the reality remains there is no substitute for effort. Success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who take action. But here's the key. It's not just about working hard, it's about working hard on the right things. It's about making intentional investments in yourself. Too many people spend their entire lives putting in effort, yet never make real progress. Why? Because they're chasing someone else's goals, climbing a ladder, only to realize it's leaning against the wrong wall. That's why your focus should always be on your own dreams, your own growth, and your own potential. When you invest in yourself, you're making the best investment possible. Unlike stocks, real estate, or material possessions, you can't lose yourself. You can't be taxed on yourself. Your personal growth can't be stolen or diminished. Every moment, every effort, and every resource you dedicate to self-improvement will yield lifelong returns. Whether it's mastering a new skill, developing better habits, or overcoming personal obstacles, the rewards of investing in yourself are beyond measure. Now, some of you might be asking, isn't focusing on myself selfish? Shouldn't I be thinking about others? Let me get this straight. Prioritizing yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. Think about the instructions given on an airplane. Put on your own oxygen mask before helping others. You can't pour from an empty cup. By investing in yourself, by learning, growing, and evolving, you become better equipped to support others, contribute to your community, and make a meaningful impact on the world. But here's the key point. No one is going to do this for you. No one is going to knock on your door and say, hey, I see you're not reaching your full potential. Let me help you with that. That's not how it works. If you want to grow, improve, and unlock your true potential, you have to take the initiative. You must be willing to put in the effort when nobody is watching. You must be willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term success. Let's consider an example. Suppose you want to start a business. The reality is nobody else is deeply invested in that dream. Your friends and family may offer encouragement, but at the end of the day, they are focused on their own lives. They're not going to write your business plan, make your first sales calls, or put in the late nights needed to get your venture off the ground. That responsibility lies entirely on you. You have to care enough about your dream to put in the work. You must be willing to fail, to get back up and to try again. You must be ready to do what others won't so that one day you can live in a way that others can't. And here's the best part. When you take action, when you invest in yourself and fully commit to your goals, something incredible happens. People start to notice. They begin to care, not because you sought their approval, but because they're inspired by your dedication, perseverance, and success. You become living proof of what's possible. When someone takes charge of their life, works relentlessly, and prioritizes self-growth, they set an example for others. And that, my friends, is how real change happens. Now, let's talk about focus. In today's world, focus is more valuable than ever. From the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, we are bombarded with distractions. Social media, emails, notifications, all fighting for our attention and pulling us away from what truly matters. But here's the truth. Your focus shapes your reality. What you consistently give your attention to determines what will grow in your life. If your focus is constantly on other people's lives, celebrity gossip, or fleeting social media trends, then that's what your life will revolve around. But if you choose to direct your attention toward your goals, personal development, skill building, and expanding your knowledge, that's what will flourish. This is why protecting your focus is crucial. Treat it as the valuable resource it is. Be intentional about where you direct your attention. Ask yourself, is this bringing me closer to my goals? Is this helping me grow? Is this the best use of my time and energy? If the answer is no, then it's time to realign. It's time to shift your focus toward what truly matters, yourself and your growth. Now, I can already hear some of you thinking, but I don't have time to focus on myself. I'm too busy with work, family, and responsibilities. I get it. Life is demanding. We all have obligations. But ask yourself this, can you afford not to invest in yourself? Can you afford to let your potential go to waste? Can you afford to reach the end of your life and regret never becoming the person you were capable of being? The truth is, you don't need hours every day for personal growth. Even small, consistent efforts add up to incredible results over time. It's not about making drastic changes overnight. It's about making small, intentional choices day after day, week after week, year after year. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier to read a book that expands your mind. Maybe it's using your lunch break to learn a new skill online. Maybe it's turning off the TV in the evening to work on a personal project. These small pockets of time, when used consistently and with purpose, lead to extraordinary growth in the long run. Remember, no one cares about your personal growth as much as you do. No one benefits from your success more than you. That's why it's up to you to make it a priority. It's up to you to carve out the time, put in the effort, and stay committed to your self-development. Now, let's address another common concern. Where do I start? Some people say, I don't know where to begin. I don't know what to focus on. My answer is simple. Start anywhere. The key is to begin. Choose an area of your life that you want to improve, your health, relationships, career, finances, and take action. Read a book on the subject, enroll in an online course, or seek guidance from someone who has already achieved what you aspire to. The specific starting point isn't as important as the act of starting itself. Once you take that first step, you'll gain clarity. You'll discover what excites you, what challenges you in the right way, and what truly resonates with you. From there, you can refine your focus. Personal growth isn't a destination. It's a lifelong journey. There's no point where you can say, I'm done growing. There's always more to learn, new ways to improve, and greater heights to reach. And that's the beauty of it. When you embrace a mindset of continuous learning and self-improvement, life transforms into an adventure. Every day presents new opportunities to challenge yourself to grow and to become a little better than you were yesterday. Now, let's clear up an important point. When I say focus on yourself, I'm not talking about selfishness or disregarding others. Far from it. What I'm advocating for is self-responsibility. It's about taking ownership of your life, your choices, and your growth. The reality is, when you focus on your own development, you actually become more capable of helping others. You become stronger, more resourceful, and more resilient, qualities that don't just benefit you, but also those around you. Think about it. When you improve your health, you have more energy to support your loved ones. When you advance in your career, you can better provide for your family and contribute to your community. When you expand your knowledge, you bring fresh ideas and perspectives into your interactions. In other words, by focusing on your own growth and working hard to better yourself, you're not just improving your own life, you're increasing your ability to positively impact the world around you. But here's the challenge, and it's a big one. You can't wait for the perfect conditions to start. You can't put it off until you have more time, more money, or more support. Because let me tell you, those perfect conditions will never come. There will always be reasons to delay your personal growth. There will always be excuses for why now isn't the right time. But if you're serious about reaching your potential and becoming the best version of yourself, you have to start now with whatever you have. Use the time available to you, even if it's just 15 minutes a day. Use the resources you have access to, even if it's just a library card or a free online course. Use whatever energy you can muster, even if you're drained from a long day at work. Because here's the truth, small, consistent efforts accumulate over time, just like compound interest. Small investments that eventually turn into a fortune. The same principle applies to personal growth. A little effort each day can lead to extraordinary progress over the years. Think about it. If you read just 10 pages of a good book daily, you'd finish around 18 books in a year. If you learn one new thing about your field each day, imagine how much more skilled and knowledgeable you become in your career within a year. These daily actions may seem insignificant in the moment. You might not see immediate results, but over time, they build into something substantial. They shape your habits, refine your skills, expand your knowledge, and strengthen your character. And that's when the transformation happens. While others may not notice your daily efforts, they will undoubtedly recognize the results. They'll see the confidence you carry, the goals you accomplish, and the greater impact you make in your work and relationships. But here's the key. You're not doing it for their validation or approval. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it because you are committed to becoming the best version of yourself. You understand that your growth, success, and fulfillment are entirely in your hands. Now let's address something that often holds people back from investing in themselves: fear of failure. Many avoid taking risks, stepping outside their comfort zones, or pushing themselves because they're afraid of failing. But here's the truth. Failure isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. It's a stepping stone to success. Every setback, every mistake, and every obstacle is an opportunity to grow, refine your approach, and build resilience. Think about it. Has anyone ever succeeded without facing failure along the way? Has anyone ever achieved greatness without experiencing setbacks? Of course not. Failure is part of the process. It's how we learn. It's how we develop persistence, strength, and wisdom. So instead of fearing failure, embrace it. See it as valuable feedback, not as a measure of your worth or abilities. When you fail, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience help me improve? Shifting your mindset from seeing failure as something to fear to recognizing it as an essential part of growth can be incredibly liberating. It gives you the confidence to take risks, to experiment, and to push yourself beyond your limits. Even if you stumble, you're still progressing, still evolving, and remember, no one is dwelling on your failures as much as you are. Most people are too caught up in their own lives to be overly concerned with your setbacks. So don't let the fear of judgment keep you from taking action, from putting yourself out there, or from working tirelessly toward your goals. Now let's talk about another key factor in focusing on yourself and achieving success: discipline. Discipline is the bridge between setting goals and actually reaching them. It's what transforms aspirations into accomplishments. But here's the truth. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's not about never making mistakes or never facing setbacks. It's about consistency. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it, because motivation is unpredictable. It comes and goes. Some days you'll wake up feeling unstoppable, ready to take on the world. Other days, just getting out of bed will feel like a challenge. That's where discipline makes the difference. It's what keeps you moving forward long after the excitement of a new goal fades. It's what separates those who succeed from those who quit. Think of discipline like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. And as it strengthens, staying focused, working hard, and overcoming challenges becomes second nature. So how do you build discipline? Start small, set clear, specific goals, create routines and habits that align with those goals. And most importantly, hold yourself accountable. Because here's the reality. No one cares about your goals as much as you do. No one is going to push you to stay committed. That responsibility rests on you. You must be your own coach, your own motivator, your own biggest supporter. That might sound overwhelming, but in reality, it's empowering. It means your success is entirely within your control. You're not dependent on external validation or support. You hold the power to shape your future through consistent effort and discipline. Now, let's talk about something just as crucial: acknowledging your progress. When you're deeply focused on growth and hard work, it's easy to get so fixated on the destination that you forget to recognize how far you've already come. But taking time to appreciate your progress is essential for maintaining both confidence and motivation. Growth isn't about reaching a finish line, it's an ongoing journey. Every small step forward matters. Did you acquire a new skill? That's an accomplishment. Did you overcome a challenge that once held you back? That's a victory. These moments of success don't have to be celebrated in grand ways. Sometimes just pausing to reflect, rewarding yourself with something simple, or sharing your wins with a supportive friend is enough. The key is to recognize and appreciate your efforts. By doing so, you reinforce positive behaviors and train your mind to associate discipline and hard work with success. This makes it easier to stay motivated and keep pushing forward. But here's something that many people struggle with when they begin focusing on themselves: dealing with naysayers and negative influences. Not everyone will support your growth. Some people may try to discourage you, to pull you back into old habits. And more often than not, their resistance isn't really about you, it's about them. When people witness others making positive changes, it forces them to reflect on their own choices. It reminds them of the goals they never chased, the risks they never took. That discomfort can often turn into negativity. Your growth may also shift certain relationships, Some people are used to seeing you a certain way, and when you start changing, they may resist it. They may try to keep you confined to the version of you they've always known. But here's what you need to remember. You cannot allow other people's limitations to become your own. Their doubts, fears, or negativity cannot hold you back from becoming the best version of yourself. This is why understanding that nobody truly cares about your personal growth as much as you do is such an advantage. Once you realize that you're not living for anyone's approval, blocking out negativity becomes much easier. You recognize that the only opinion that truly matters is your own. You're not working hard to impress others. You're doing it for yourself, for your own future, for the person you know you're capable of becoming. That doesn't mean you have to cut people off entirely, but it does mean setting boundaries. It means being mindful of who you share your goals with. It means surrounding yourself with people who support your growth, not those who hold you back. Always remember you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So be intentional with your choices. Surround yourself with mentors, peers, and friends who are also dedicated to personal growth. People with their own ambitions and goals. These are the ones who will encourage you, celebrate your progress, and push you to keep going. As we wrap up this discussion, I want to leave you with one final crucial thought. This journey of self-focus and hard work isn't about arriving at some flawless final version of yourself where all your problems are solved and nothing is left to improve. That place doesn't exist. Instead, it's about constant evolution. It's about making the effort to be just a little better today than you were yesterday. It's about embracing the process, continuously learning, adapting, and striving for more. Because the reality is there's no limit to your growth. There's no cap on your potential. There's no ceiling on what you can accomplish. And here's the best part. Every step forward expands your capacity for more. Goals that once felt impossible start to seem within reach. Dreams that once seemed distant become milestones on the way to even greater aspirations. But none of this happens by chance. It happens because you make a conscious decision every single day to invest in yourself, to put in the effort, to stay focused on your growth no matter what others think or say. So I challenge you, make that choice. Choose to believe in your own potential. Choose to work hard, not for external validation, but for your own fulfillment. Choose to commit to becoming the best version of yourself, not because anyone else cares, but because you care. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares. And that's not a bad thing. It's liberating. It means you have the power to define success on your own terms. It means you get to take full control of your life. You have the power to shape your future. So take that freedom and run with it. Put in the work, stay focused on yourself, and watch as your life transforms one step at a time. The choice is yours and the power is in your hands. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one undeniable truth: nobody cares. Nobody cares about your excuses, your struggles, or the reasons you tell yourself that you can't do it. But one day they will. They'll care when you succeed, when you prove them wrong, when you rise above the doubt, the fear, and the setbacks. But by then, their opinions won't even matter because you won't need their validation. You'll know you made it, not because of their recognition, but because you refused to quit, because you put in the work, because you stayed committed even when no one was watching. So stop waiting, stop overthinking, stop looking for approval, start grinding, start growing, start becoming the person you were always meant to be. Because in the end, your success is your responsibility.